wrong with me is what's wrong with me is what's wrong with the world. You know? So, wow, there's a lot to be learned. Actually, it's about that, to learn. We're all students, we're all teachers, we're all one. We're all mirrors, we're all reflections and extensions of each other. There's really no other. It's easier to realize that, to know that, okay, maybe we can understand it, but to live it is a whole different story. What to do with that awareness. And that's what Realize to Actualize is all about. Now that I'm going to be 60, it's my present. I give myself that present, I give you that present. I share my presence. I invite you to also share your presence with me. Be it on Zoom. I love this with the internet, that this is possible, a room on Zoom. And then I also like to invite you, of course, here to Nackenheim, in this beautiful house I grew up in. Or, in quotation marks, grew up in, because I never wanted to grow up. I never wanted to be part of this world. Never wanted to just go to school and do what I was told. And yeah, the sad reality is my father could never really talk to me. Nobody really could talk to me. You know, and so that was my, basically, entire life like this. It was my youth, it was my teenage years. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. My teachers, they didn't know what to do with me. My parents, nobody knew what to do with me. And so I was very much a loner. But I had a great fantasy life. I had a great inner world. I was in my inner world, of course, because nobody was there, and I was always hoping for somebody to come, to just be there, to connect with me. I mean, all children want that, right? To have somebody to connect with them, to speak to them in their language, to understand them. I think we all yearn for that. That's a very natural thing, a very important thing. Just trying to keep it simple, you know? But this is now, and yeah, tomorrow is my birthday. My rebirthday at 60. Wow. I feel like this is a completely new time, a new beginning. A new chapter in life. If you just look at the theme, and also in your own life, that's where it starts. I mean, when I'm talking about my own challenges, and there are many, and I think it's very important and helpful when people come together and talk about their own challenges. Not to dwell on them, but when you meet an open ear, I've come to find. Sharing is caring, really. I tell my people in Africa, who are the poorest of the poor, many refugees and orphans and the worst conditions we cannot even begin to imagine, you know. But I always tell them also, sharing is caring. When you open yourself up, but they don't do that. They never learn that. Which is why I like to start schools, and I also reach out to you in my desire to do that. I would need your help, because it's a huge project. Begin it on a virtual level, because people are online and they are there to be taught. I mean, it's a different kind of teaching where people really learn. And that's what Hearts is all about, helping African refugees to help themselves. You know, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, teach him how to fish. Yeah, you know, feed him for a lifetime. And so I invite you to that, to communicate with me online, and to create even an online community. It's where people know each other and people feel comfortable with each other, and people open up, and people feel safe, people feel appreciated, people feel loved. And you know, love is an attitude. Yeah, love is what you feel. Love is the greatest experience of them all. And we all know how it feels to be loved. While at the same time, we also all know how it feels when somebody's making fun of us. In school we knew that, and I always noticed that with children. I always hated that, and I thought, what is wrong with that picture, or that energy behind that? It's really, yeah, it's not love. That's for sure. And what's controlling this world? What's in charge of this world? I always say, like, the devil is playing with all of us. The devil is a liar. But yeah, the devil tempts us all the time in so many different forms, in so many different ways. And it's controlling our behavior and our thoughts and our emotions. And basically, when we talk about the Matrix, or that program we are all part of, you know, in this machine we all serve, this system we all serve. I mean, we all follow our own program. We all follow our own matrix. We all are in our own matrix. And so I welcome you to break out of that, break free from that, to be starting anew, really, right here, right now, on Zoom. And I would invite you to that also here to Nackenheim, and begin on that process together, because that's what it is all about, together as one. Because unity is the key. I tell my people, my family in Africa, I tell everyone that, unity, we need to unite. And people are there, we have become family. I've been communicating with them heart to heart for years and helping here and there, and people know that and appreciate that, and we're family. And I also tell them always, family is how we treat each other. And especially there under those conditions, can you imagine? So, anyway, make a long story short, I appreciate your help with that. To help people to learn how to help themselves. And I think it's not just in Africa. It's also here. That's also something I am learning. And not as I'm learning this, as I'm realizing it, I'll begin to actualize myself based upon that awareness. I put it into practice, I live it. As I practice it, I learn it as I practice it. And as I practice it, I become it. I actualize myself based upon what I've realized. And it's about realizing something new. That's what it's about. The now is new. The now is new. And so welcome to that. Happy birthday, I say. Free birthday. I love you. I love you. And you feel that. And you know that. So it's time to do something with this great love. And that's from my heart to your heart. We all have our issues and things, unresolved issues. We all have our trauma, some more than others, hiding, some hide it better than others, but it's really about coming out in the open. Looking forward to be Zooming soon or meeting you here in Nackenheim. Or even just let's keep it simple.